Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Jordan here. Today we're going to be placing a modular building in the Lego city, and that is the Ministry of Magic. So the other day when I was out shopping at the Lego store, I spotted it on sale, and it was 30% off. Such a good deal. It was $90.90, I think, in Canadian funds. Plus there was a good GW piece. It's like, you know what? I'm going to pick one of those up because it comes with over 1,000 pieces. And also there are a bunch of great minifigures in that set as well. And I thought to myself, well, what I could probably do is like take the design concept from that set one day and convert it into some sort of modular building, probably like a 16 stud or a 32 stud modular building, right? And then I was browsing rebrickable.com and I was checking out Brick Artisan's page, and I realized that he had like a pretty cool modular building of this already designed. So I was like, all right, I may as well just part the set out and build that. So you can get these instructions from rebrickable.com. It is a compatible modular building that sits on a 16 by 32 base plate. The only catch is you can't actually build this with the original set. You're gonna need an additional 196 pieces. Luckily for me, I was able to start building right away because my parts inventory actually had those pieces. And if there were some missing ones, well, I had some good alternatives. So here we have the Ministry of Magic modular building. Boom. So you can see the original set. The facade of it is pretty much replicated on the front of the modular building and also on the back. Now this set actually comes with 10 minifigures. We've got the 9 characters down here. So up front you've got Ron, Hermione, Harry, and also Dolores Umbridge, but they're actually in their Polyjuice potion like outfits right now, so they do come with alternate hair pieces. Like you can see Harry, Hermione, and Ron's hair piece right there, and you can actually switch them up. Plus there's a bunch of other great minifigures as well. You've got Dolores and the Dementor back there, and then there's Arthur, and then a number of other characters as well. You can see the names of them all on the bottom of the box here. And then there's one more minifigure, which is actually being displayed on the top of the modular building right up here. And it's the all gold statue, which is found inside the Ministry of Magic. Random thought time with Bricksie. You know what I need to do is go to IKEA and replace my tabletop. This black one here is like all scratched up. I've used black and I've used white. I sort of like the black one because my camera has a good time with the contrast with it, but this one's like almost like a mirror. It's crazy. So I want to go replace it with a bamboo tabletop. So I'm going to be doing that just to improve my reviews in the future. So we've got the Ministry of Magic. One thing I don't like about it is the fact that there's no tiles out front here, but I guess Brick Artisan might have left that because some people have light gray tiles in their city, right? And some have dark gray. So maybe you can just tile it off with whatever you want. So eventually I'm going to be tiling mine off in light gray so that it matches the rest of the city. I love the build of this though. It is absolutely fantastic, and that's why I had to pick it up when I was at the Lego store. We've got the front entrance here, and the front entrance is something a little bit different. It doesn't open like a normal door, but you can actually put a minifigure there and send them flying into the Ministry of Magic. Like, check this out. See you later, Dolores Umbridge. Bye-bye. Into the set she goes. I think that's awesome. So it's a magical front door, and it's framed with the gold crowbars and also the gold candlesticks with the green flames. It's also got the green flames like bursting out the door there where the door handle would be. And then you got some ingot tiles, the red tiles, and also a telephone booth out front, which is super nice. I like this printed element for the door. And then of course there's some details inside. There's just a phone on a modified brick with the clip. And it's really well tiled off on the top there with the curved slopes. They just blend together beautifully. And that actually lines up with this right here. And that structure is actually an elevator shaft. You've got the Ministry of Magic sticker element there and the gold bars running up either side of that elevator shaft, and then these windows, I just love the angles that they're at and the way that they're framed with the red candlesticks, and then they have the gold modified 1x1s on the bottom and also the gold leaves as well. I also love the way that these colors contrast. You know, you've got black the dark green and also red, and then there's some white and also tan in there. Just looks really good, and then the accents of the gold. Yeah. Up top here, you've got the Ministry of Magic M, and these large pieces there to create like the circle, and the gold elvish pieces. Once again, you've got that gold minifigure on the top there, which is standing in a fountain of water, and then it's the same on the other side. However, it's slightly different. It's different down here. You have some stacks of like Harry Potter wanted posters, like undesirable #1. Those are all print pieces. Those come in this set, which is super nice. And then back here, you also have some of these print pieces as well that fill the windows. I like those. Super neat print pieces. The sides are just solid black and also light gray. I'm not a huge fan of these modified bricks, but this can be pressed up against another building. I'm not a huge fan of them on the roof either, so if it isn't tall enough and you can still see those, I'm probably just going to replace those. But this is actually an elevator shaft, and the way it works is right here. You can actually just pull this pin out, and when you remove that pin, this elevator can move up and down, so minifigures have a way of traveling between the floors inside the building. So of course it is a modular building, so it comes apart just like a modular building. However, the elevator shaft does not come apart. Inside the ground floor, there's not a whole lot going on. They've got a desk with a typewriter. That is a 1x2 sticker element on the cheese slope there. There's a little lamp off to the side, and then there is like a waiting chair there. When we come around this side, there's nothing, but that's because we need to leave space for the actual play feature of how people enter the Ministry of Magic, right? So that works. There are those green gems back there on those gold cones. That can be a play feature in my opinion, because once again, you've got your newspapers back here, right? You can push those little gems there and it can send these newspapers flying. However, maybe they should be held in by like jumpers. I guess it's really not working out. Oh, there we go. So they send the newspapers flying. I don't know if that's designed to be a play feature, but it definitely could be if you so choose. And then of course there is the white door right there, which leads to the elevator. And once again, the elevator can glide through the elevator shaft. And just for fun, may as well place a couple minifigs in there. And that elevator can be locked in place on any floor with that Technic pin. For example, there we have Ron or Reg making his way up the elevator to the second floor, where we have a shelf full of prophecies, and you can make that shelf go crash. Boom, it falls over. Ah, the prophecies are broken. Oh no. But it uses the whole bunch of different transparent, like the trans opal 1x1 modified like studs there, and also the cylinders to create the prophecies, which look really cool. Then there's that little dome right there with the blue flame. Mostly open here as well, but once again, you gotta have room for that play feature and also the swing of the door. And then on this side, there is the desk there. Here we go. This is the scene that we're looking for. We've got Dolores with her Patronus Charm cat, keeping the Dementor in check. We got Mr. Cattermole in the elevator, which is actually Ron, and then Mrs. Cattermole right there on trial. And yes, this set does come with Dolores's Patronus Charm. It's like the cat there. That is so cool. And also, she comes with a 1x1 print piece, which represents the Slytherin Horcrux. The last floor is pretty cool. First off, we've got Arthur Weasley's office right here. He's got a whole bunch of stuff, like the boom box, the picture of the airplane, the clock, tea, a baby bottle, and also a rubber duck. So a whole bunch of things that Muggles would use. And then he also has a sticker element right there, which is on a 2x3 tile, and that is the family picture of them when they're in Egypt. Now, unfortunately, across from him is Umbridge's office, and I'm sure he's not too happy about that, but hey, you've got to compact all of the little interior details from this set into this modular building. So things are going to get a little bit tight, right? Floris's office is pretty cool. There's some sticker elements there. So you've got cats, right? And then it's got the pink backdrop and also the cat plates on this side as well. And then her tea and her desk. So I mentioned that in order to build this, you need the set and also a bunch of additional pieces. Most of the additional pieces that you need are for filling in the sidewalls. And the instructions actually called for 1x2x5 panels, also 1x6x5 panels in black. I didn't have those, so I just used a bunch of 1x2 bricks. But it doesn't really make a difference. You see how I just stacked them? I just cheated. I would normally never do that, but it was a fast way to whip up some walls. And my general consensus on this is, hey, I got this set for 30% off. I don't have any room to display it in my Lego room, but this model done by Brick Artisan condenses it into a nice little compact modular building that can be displayed in a city and actually looks, in my opinion, pretty cool. I love the colors that this building uses. I love the original design concepts. The minifigs are a bonus. Also the Patronus cat, that is so cool. And then you get this gold figure up here. I don't know, for $90.90, I really don't think you can go wrong. And I think Brick Artisan has done a great job of condensing this into a modular compatible building. So the big question, where am I going to place this in the Lego City? Well, when I finish building the Avengers Tower, I have to place it here in the city, and I think there's going to be some pretty big changes that have to happen in order to accommodate that building. So I don't want to do anything crazy, but I did slide the bowling alley forward. There's a half base plate of space in front of that building. It is getting a little bit tight there now, like this street is quite narrow, but that gave me space on the end of 12 Grimwald Place to put the Ministry of Magic, and I actually think they blend together quite well, and it makes sense to have the Ministry of Magic there because now it's sort of part of the wizarding area here in the Lego City where we have Diagon Alley. So there we go. We've got the modified Ministry of Magic placed here in the Lego City. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff, and have yourselves a fantastic day. Farewell!